You're about to watch and listen to a live Q&A, hashtag AMA, where you might get your burning questions answered, even if you're watching or listening to this on the podcast or the replay. So make sure you stick around because this is the show where you can discover this thing called the internet. How can I tell my story? How can I create my presence? Which, if you're a career professional, a small business, big business, SMB, you can't afford to not have a presence on this thing called the internet. So make sure you come on back because guess what, y'all? It's another episode of Nez Nation Live. Holy macadamia nut. How in the world are you, Nez Nation? It's March 14th, 2021. As of this recording, you might be listening to this on the replay. Holy mackerel, Sweeney, we might get a sneeze right away here, right at the top of the show. Holy macadamia nut. Look at that. I think I'm allergic to live streaming. There you go, Sweeney. You got your sneeze. There's a running joke if you're new here that every time Nez goes live, he tends to there's at least one or two sneezes in there. It's great to see you. This time change business has got me all befuddled, and so you're going to see me in rare form today. You may hear some bloopers, some bleeps, some fumbles, some mumbles, some stumbles. So this is going to be a really, really fun show. Really quickly, if you're new to who I am, I'm Professor Nez. I'm a business owner, content creator, actual, business professor. I teach business communications very, very part-time because I love creating content, and I have two businesses that I run, a client services business and an online academy. And I love coming on here and hanging out with the greatest online community on planet Earth, Nez Nation. That is you. Bringing more humanness to this digitalness. And I'm here to answer any questions. I've been in the online game for a very, very long time. You see all this gray hair? It's been a long time. I'm not new to this thing, y'all. And so, there's so many ways in which you can create value. You can create a presence, create a personal brand. You can earn a lot of money doing something that enlivens you, something that you're passionate about, something that you feel strongly. It's a mission, it's a purpose more than anything. And it's just amazing. I'm blown away at how fantastic this invention called the internet is. And I'm here to tell you folks that it's not going anywhere. With NFTs and everything that's going on right now, YouTube is getting bigger, Instagram is getting bigger, TikTok is getting bigger, Twitter is getting bigger, Snapchat is getting bigger. This is where everybody needs to play. This is where it's all happening. I don't care what documentary you saw, I don't care what article you read, that the internet is killing and destroying all of us. This is where it's happening. First of all, that's not true at all. We're human beings. We're not automatons. We have control over our lives. Nobody is pulling strings. But if you're looking to advance your career, if you're looking to build your business, this is the place to come because I have a lot of experience in both of those. And we've got an amazing chat right here in the live stream chat. Great to see you, Lewis, in the house. George Fisher in the house. Great to see you guys. Sweeney. Hey, how you doing? My E-Class in Bites. Great to see you. Virtual hug. Thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. My Vivid Life is in the house. Kelly, good to see you, Kelly. I absolutely love Joe Dexter's in the house. Make sure you smash that smash button, y'all. And I've got a questionnaire in the form, in the actual pinned comment everywhere. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on LinkedIn, YouTube, and we already have a question, and I'm going to get to that. But before I do, I just want to say hello to all the good people. And, just comment really quickly. I have been, I met a lot of these amazing people on this amazing platform called Clubhouse. And you don't have to be on Clubhouse. The point is that what Clubhouse is a symbol. I look at it as a metaphor. Clubhouse is a way to humanize who you are. Clubhouse is literally audio live streaming. That's all Clubhouse is. It's just audio. It's just audio live streaming. If you really want to know the truth, of what Clubhouse is. Guys, make sure you share this out on Twitter too, or share this out wherever you're watching this from, so we can get as many people in here as possible. I usually go for about 60 minutes, but you know what? I don't have a client meeting later today, so I do have a lot of work to do, and I have a family. Excuse me. But I want to try to get to as many questions as I can. And there is a form in the pinned comment if you could fill that out. It's only a couple of questions, just so I can get a little more context. There is a form in the pinned comment. Please make sure you fill that out. I'll be using that to answer your questions. I don't like to create FOMO. I don't like to create this sense that, oh my God, Clubhouse, Twitter Spaces, and Instagram live rooms. I don't like to create that kind of FOMO. But what I'm saying is it's a metaphor. It's a symbol for, how you need to conduct yourself. These platforms, they don't build, your brand. They reveal your brand. Who are you truly? You can't hide it. You can't mask it. And so it's just another powerful way to show who you truly are, to give people a taste of your energy, give people a idea of where you're coming from, a sense of understanding and three-dimensionalization. Like, I see you online, I see your Twitter profile, I see your Instagram profile, I see your LinkedIn profile, but I don't really know who you are until I really get a taste of that, until I really get, the feel of who you are, how you present yourself, your energy. Energy is so, so important. And so my point is that, we talk a lot about branding, we talk a lot about video branding, and we talk a lot about creating value on these platforms and creating value on this thing called the internet. And it really all comes down to one thing: humanizing yourself. That's what it all comes down to. It all comes down to one thing. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter who you, who you kind of contact first or who you interact with. It's about humanizing. You don't have to be on Clubhouse. You don't have to be on these, new shiny objects. The underlying beautiful kind of common denominator is, I need to know. It's, again, those three questions. Who are you? Why should I pay attention to you? What problem can you solve? People care about themselves. They have a vested interest in themselves first. So, hey, Zeitgeist in the house. Good to see you. Brian, yes, great to see you. E-Class and Byte says Clubhouse is a trap. Well, they all can be traps. Don't get me wrong. I love Clubhouse, and I love communicating and connecting with people on that app, but it's not the only place that you can live and do those things. It's just one of the newer places, and it's a little bit more attractive because a lot of people are talking about it. And don't get me wrong, it's a fantastic platform, but I'm the last person on earth that likes to create FOMO. You can do this with your community tab on YouTube. You can do this by creating polls on LinkedIn. You can do this by going live like I am right now. There's so many different ways you can do this. There's so many ways that you can do it on your own terms, in your own kind of environment where you feel the most comfortable, whatever platform you feel the most comfortable. Because one of the questions that I always get is, Nez, do I have to be on all these different platforms? Do I have to be on YouTube? Do I have to be on LinkedIn? Do I have to be on Twitter? No. And it also, there's a lot of variables there. It depends on what you want, what your goal is, what your objective is. But no, go where you feel the most comfortable. Go where your audience is. Where does your audience live, eat, sleep, and breathe? That's where you should go. Well, Nez, how come you multi-stream to all these different places? Well, because I can, and I have a presence on these platforms. I'm probably more hyper-obsessed with YouTube more than anything. YouTube has done more for me as far as connecting with people, my business, just having impact. That's just me. I love LinkedIn, I love Instagram, I love those places, but for me, YouTube is really numero uno in my podcast. But you don't have to be. You need to go where you got the kind of, first, it has to be somewhere that you feel comfortable kind of reaching out and connecting, and then also really pay attention to your audience. And so you don't have to be on all of these places. And so, yeah, it just really depends on that. Give me a hashtag yes if you feel me right now. Give me a hashtag all right. Give me a hashtag yeah in the chat if you feel what I'm saying. If you don't, let me know. It's great to see you. And my e-class invites, I'm sorry, my memory is a little froggy, and we have a terrible daylight savings that just happened. And so tell me your name again, your first name, if you don't mind, or how you like to go, so I don't have to say my e-class invites all the time. Lewis, I think that's really smart. Lewis said I took a clubhouse sabbatical. Feels longer. Yeah, I actually, it's funny you say that. I've really cut back on my time. And I'm curious why, Lewis. I'm curious. That's even better, Sweeney. Yeah, give me a hashtag all the above. That's even better. It's great to see you. Sweeney Dunstan in the house. Good to see you, Sweeney. Elena, thank you so much. Yeah, it's really funny you say that, Lewis, because I have cut back my time on the app as well, like demonstrably. And I feel like I'm not missing out on anything. And so I've cut back. I've really been selective of when I can go on there and when I can really be myself and give my attention. I don't really like doing all this multitasking while I'm on Clubhouse, or just sitting in a room just to sit in a room. I see a lot of people do this. Like, they'll be made a moderator and then they'll sit in the room but never say anything. Just, I don't know if that's like just to get followers. I don't know what that's all about, but I can't do that. Like, I just can't do that. Diligent act of love from Haiti. Good to see you. Is it Jesse? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Jesse? Let me know your first name. Great to see you. Yes, Jesse. There she is. It's so great to see you. Thank you for being here. Make sure you smash that smash button. I really, really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, there is a form in the pinned comment. I would like for you to fill that out for your question. And speaking of that, let's just get the show on the road. I want to really provide as much value as possible here. And so let me know if you have any questions by filling out that form. And we got a question already here. And I'm going to basically copy the question and bring it up here on I'm going to bring it up here on the screen real fast. Okay. So I'm going to bring this up on screen. This comes from Hustle. I guess I didn't really get his first name or his or her. Hustle 5 Ways. Okay, Hustle 5 Ways. Interesting name. So Hustle 5 Ways. Here's the first question. And again, if you have questions, leave them in the form, please. It's a real easy 2-second form. You don't have to do anything. It's not like I'm making you fill out a paragraph. So in this question, this is our first question of the day. You're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I'm your personal branding coach, Professor Nez, and you can ask me anything today. Any question you want related to YouTube, branding, business, monetization, anything. And Hustle 5 Ways, I hope you're here. If you're not here, make sure you check out the replay. How does live streaming help with branding and monetizing a channel? This is fantastic. What a great question. Fantastic question here, Hustle 5 Ways. I'm really glad you asked this. Live streaming is the most immediate form. And I go back to Clubhouse. Clubhouse is literally live streaming. Live streaming is in the moment. Live streaming is a beautiful way for your audience to get access to you. It's probably, and I hate to use the word easy, but it's probably the easiest content to create because there's no editing, there's no pre-production, you do have to set up things but there's no like take 1, take 2, edit this, splice this, music this. It's just in the moment and it's immediate. And I really love that. And I think I've been live streaming longer than I've been a pre-recorded content creator. I'm an early adopter of Periscope, early adopter of Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, YouTube Live, etc. I've been live streaming for over 5+ years on these platforms, and I've had multiple podcasts, multiple live stream shows, and I even have a top-ranked video on my channel on how to host a talk show online. And so I think live streaming is the best way to really get a taste and get an ear for your audience and how you can really bring more value to them. It also is a great way for them to get, up close and personal with you as real time as possible. And so it's It's not an immediate growth kind of strategy. It's not a monetization strategy that you can do right away, even though there is such a thing as super chats. There is such a thing as, superstars now on Facebook and all these different ways to monetize your live stream. But the real monetization comes with, hey, now I know a little bit more. I've been personal. I've been on Nez's live stream. I've talked with him. He's responded to me. He's put my comment up on the screen. The humanization is where the monetization happens. The humanization, because branding is all about being human. Branding is not just about selling and marketing, or just having a presence online. What is behind that? What is the purpose? What is the overarching kind of value that you bring to the table? How do you help people? How do you impact people? So if you look at my tagline and my value proposition is inspiring you to grow your impact and income online. You see, it starts with impact. And so I'm doing this all free. This is all free. I'm doing these live streams every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. They're all free. And I don't care. I'm not even trying to monetize this. But the beautiful thing is I can't tell you how many times I've connected with clients, partners, brands, sponsorships by them hanging out with me on my live stream, watching my live stream, checking out my podcast, because I put this on the podcast after, we go live. It's a great way for people to get access to you, okay? It's a great way for people to get up close and personal with you that pre-recorded content just doesn't have the ability to do. Don't get me wrong. You can connect with people and you can get a taste of people and understand someone a lot better through any type of video. And I'm actually very excited to announce I'll be speaking at the People of Video conference in Albany, New York in October. And so I can't wait to talk about that. I'll give you details as we get rolling here. Shout out to Dan Courier for hosting the event. But yeah, the best way that live streaming helps with your branding and monetization is by listening to your audience, giving them access, pounding them, suffocating them with unceasing value and help. And that's how you connect with people. That's how you grow your brand. That's how you end up monetizing your channel. Is live streaming helps for people to get a further understanding of who you are and what you're all about. Because this is called the know, like, trust factor. Before I give you money, I need to first know who in the world are you. And live streaming. And by the way, Jesse, I have some tips for you, Jesse, if you're still here. Let me know that you're still here, because I think this question relates to your question that you asked yesterday. And so I think this is going to be really powerful for you too. And if you're just joining us, make sure that you hit that like button and you are watching Office Hours with yours truly. I'm Professor Nez. And we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. So hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, because that is how you're going to really be invited to all of these live streams. And so Hustle 5 Ways, I hope this helps. People don't do business with you until they first know who you are. Then they have to like you. And then only when they're able to transact with you are you able to build that trust. You have to build that trust with them. And so this is a long game. You want to monetize your brand, you want to build a business, it's a long game. Now, I have a lot of clients that, because I sell very high ticket items, for my coaching packages, etc. And most of them, I use video to build that trust. But to close the deal or just sort of kind of finalize things, they want to get one-on-one with me in a phone call. If you think about it, a phone call is much like a live stream. If you think about it, a phone call is much like an audio live stream on Clubhouse or Twitter Spaces. This is a way for them to say, okay, now I got concrete proof that this guy exists. He recognizes me. He acknowledges me. I'm hearing his voice. I'm talking with him personally. I'm getting access to him. That's how live streaming can help your business and your brand. Like, there's nobody who's going to pay for one of my multiple $1,000 packages without first talking to me. It's very rare. As a matter of fact, I get suspicious if somebody buys without talking to me. I know a lot of consultants would be like, yes, I got the sale. I'm exactly the opposite, because it's not about money for me. I've left a lot of money on the table if I felt that the client was somebody that just it wouldn't be a good fit. And so I always like to talk to them too. I always like to talk to them on the phone and just get an idea. Who are you? What are you all about? I like to set the expectations, make sure our goals are in alignment, make sure they understand what exactly they're getting into and what exactly they're going to get out of working with me, etc. It's a two-way street. And so this is another way that live streaming can help, but you have to think long term. It's not like this immediate thing. I think a lot of people have the wrong idea where they think, well, if I go live, I'll just start making money. If I start posting videos on YouTube, I'll just start making money. If I start posting on Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat, I'm going to just be a millionaire. That's what I hate about these fake gurus. That's what I hate about these, online get-rich-quick scheme dudes and dudettes who are pitching this idea that all you have to do is buy their course and you're going to be a multimillionaire. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. Hard work is the only thing that gets you there. Everything that I talk about on this channel is hopefully some ways to avoid the mistakes that I made, maybe get a little bit of guidance, get a little bit of a direction, get some strategy. It always feels good to talk about stuff. You ever notice that, guys? Why does it always feel good to talk about stuff? When we're troubled, when we have problems, when we're going through a tough deal, when we're struggling, we have challenges, obstacles, it always feels good to talk about it with somebody that we trust, right? Thankfully, I have my wife for that and good friends, but this is why we're social mammals. We're social. This is why social media is so powerful, because we are social beings. And so it always feels good to talk about it, but these are all just, words. You need to execute. You need to put them into action. And I like to set expectations. I don't like to give false promises and false ideas that if you just start posting, you're going to be a millionaire. It just doesn't work that way. So Hustle 5 Ways, I hope that makes sense. KD from Sugarland, Texas in the house. KD, where you been all my life, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. It's great to see you, man. Fantastic to see you. There's a form in the pinned comment if you're interested in asking a question. If you're just joining us, you're watching Office Hours. We go live every single Sunday, and I answer your questions. And this gets posted on the podcast. I want to see you guys, podcast listeners. I want to see you here live so you can ask questions too. And by the way, once the live stream is over and I don't get to your question, I will answer your questions first come, first serve on next week's live stream. So here's the cool thing. If you leave your questions in the form, you will get your question answered regardless of if I get to it today. I'll probably get to it next week. And so that's something that's really, really important to me. And so I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please fill out the form. And what's really cool, Hustle 5 Ways, if you've got some amazing live streamers in the chat here. You got Lewis Sweeney Dunstan's an amazing video creator. Elena, do you do live streaming? I'd love to hear from you. And Jesse, let me know if you're still here, Jesse. Because Jesse, you were asking about, and I'd love to get to other questions. If you have questions, please fill out the form that's in the pinned comment. But this is what I love about our community. This is what I love about you, Nez Nation. I'm just a facilitator. I'm not some kind of leader or, it's not about that. It's about community. It's about togetherness. We're all in this together. We're just a nice, happy family here. And I know a lot of these cats. I watch a lot of their content. And so you're not just getting me, who's had 2 decades of experience, but you're also getting these amazing content creators, live streamers. You're getting podcasters. You're getting business owners, professionals, executives when you come to a Nez Nation live stream. And so that's what I love about our community. And this is another thing that live streaming can do. And just to kind of piggyback on that, yes, Elena, it is absolutely addicting, as Lewis said, and it's just really, really powerful. It's in the moment. It's immediate. There's no kind of intimacy that can be created. I haven't found, at least, any kind of intimacy that compares with a live stream. That's why Clubhouse is so popular, because it's essentially a live stream. That's all it is, just minus the video. Okay, Jesse, really quickly, because I know you asked this question yesterday, and the room was kind of crowded, and we were trying to get to as many questions as possible. So I don't think you really got. I hope you got some answers, but I'd like to add. I think if I remember correctly, your question was, how do I build awareness for Haiti? And we were talking about that, and I hopefully, you got some good responses. I think you did, but here's something I wanted to also add in relation to this question. Okay, from Hustle Five Ways. And that is, I actually think that would be an amazing, powerful, tool, okay, for building awareness for your event. I think you said it was a concert, and correct me if I'm wrong. It was some kind of a concert. This time change thing has got me all messed up. So if you, and thank you guys for being here, because I know the time change probably didn't help you guys at all either. But correct me if I'm wrong, Elena. I'm sorry, not Elena. See how messed up I am? I'm Jesse. But you were talking about how do I have this event in Haiti. It's a concert, and I'd like to raise awareness for it on my YouTube channel or wherever. Well, guess what? Hey, Jesse, I think what's probably one of the most powerful ways and in the moment ways, and you should also do some other content, kind of behind the scenes, Instagram stories, short form video square memes on LinkedIn, etc. But I think live streaming your event on YouTube would be extremely powerful. I think it would be extremely powerful. Live streaming your event on YouTube would be very, very powerful, because I think there's something magical about live streaming a concert, live streaming a live event. Who would have thunk it? And so if I were you, Jesse, think about that. Because live concerts and live events are in the moment, right? And people want to be there. And even if they're watching the replay, here's what's really cool about live streaming. Another thing, and why it humanizes you as a business or brand. Live streaming allows for mistakes. It's very forgiving of imperfection. This is really important. I want to say that again. Live streaming, the audience has a very specific expectation. And making mistakes, bumping, fumbling, falling, stalling, whatever. The audience is very forgiving. And as a matter of fact, mistakes bump engagement. Because it just humanizes you. You're just one of us. You're a real human being. And people love drama too. So if everything went perfectly and smoothly, actually, it'd probably be boring. And so here's the cool thing. You don't have to be a video editor. You don't have to be a videographer. You don't have to be a live streaming expert, a content creation expert. You can just go live at the concert and just be yourself. Here's the thing, guys. I want everybody to listen to this. Yes, Tom Willis is in the house, our resident troll, who I love. He's not a troll. I want everybody here to understand this. You don't have to fake it till you make it. You don't have to try to be confident on camera. You don't have to act like people who are famous YouTubers or content creators. You don't have to be like them. There's only one criteria. You just have to be capital R, real. That's it. That's all you have to do. Okay? That's all you have to do is just, in whatever that manifestation is, if you're playing a character or you're, using some kind of artifice for your brand and channel, a spokesperson, whatever that is, or if you are trying to create a different type of persona. When I say be real, it's just people respond to consistency. People respond to authenticity, and especially when businesses and brands are trying to communicate to them, to consumers. Okay, so we're leaving the world of impersonality when it comes to branding and business, and we're entering. This is where social media has really had a powerful impact. We're entering the world of personalness, personal branding, personal business, and so it's more personal. It's more intimate. It's more in the moment. It's more immediate. It's more accessible than this sort of like tenuous kind of model that's been going on traditionally in branding and business. That's what's beautiful about this thing called live streaming and online and content creation. So I hope that helps, Jesse. I really, really hope that helps. And so, yes, make it until you make it. Yes, the concert is here in the US. Okay, fantastic. It doesn't matter where the concert is. I would just think about, I'm just kind of offering my thoughts. I would just say, Jesse, that it would be powerful to do a live stream of that event, especially if it's raising awareness for Haiti, if I'm understanding you correctly. I would definitely, definitely, definitely think about that. That's just one way of doing it. That it's not something that you have to. It's not something that you have to. It's not something that you have to overthink. And it's again, I don't want to say easy, but as far as content creation goes, it's to me probably the path of least resistance. Let's put it that way. It's the path of least resistance, and it's a medium that is very forgiving of imperfection, like I said, and I love that about live streaming. And the more you mess up, the more engagement you get. The more you act like a fool, or trip or fall. And I have living proof of this because there's so many times that I've had drama and problems. This is why human beings love drama. This is why we watch dramatic, entertainment, and why we read People magazine and stuff like that. People love that kind of stuff. So because with pre-recorded content, we always try to make sure everything is exactly how we want it. Everything's perfect. With live streaming, there's none of that. There's none of that. It's live. And that's what's the appeal of live. Anything can happen. Anything goes. It's phenomenal. And so, Jesse, I hope that helps, and I hope that makes sense. I can't be a bigger fan of live streaming. I love live streaming. This is why I do this every single week. And by the way, really quickly, if you're just joining us, we go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, office hours, with yours truly. And this is where you can get all your questions answered. So make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Make sure you follow, because that's how you're going to get notified when we go live. And I want you to be here. I want everybody to be here. Great to see you, Tom Willis. A video would be boring to me, but there are many people who are interested in beat stinging. Find your audience. Yes, find your audience. I love that. Thank you so much, Jesse. I really appreciate that. Look at that. Look at that. Great example here from Lewis. I had a live stream that the first 50 minutes, my mic did not work. Best engagement on that video. Exactly. People love that stuff. They love the drama. Flash in your pan in the house. Flash fam. Somebody give me a hashtag flash fam. In the house. Good to see you, Flash. How are you, sir? Doctor. I call him Dr. Ed Marvin. I don't know why, just because it sounds good to me. So let me see here. So Jesse has another question. The only problem is the other people singing are not living in the same areas. Aha. So this event, is it a virtual event or is it a live event with multiple kind of stages? Is there like a jumbotron where kind of Elvis style, you've got multiple stages, multiple locations? Let me know. Flash fam in the house. Good to see you, Ed. Ed is an amazing live streamer too, who could probably answer this question just as well as anybody else. He's an amazing member of the Nez Nation family. Flash fam family, hashtag flash fam in the house. Yeah, so I'd like a little more context here, if I can. Steve Goodger, or Gudger, I could be saying that wrong. Steve, great to see you. Welcome. Make sure you smash the smash button, a.k.a. the like button, and make sure you share this out, because sharing is caring, just in case you didn't know. And I'm Professor Nez. Call me Nez. Great to see you guys. Every single Sunday we go live. Office hours, Q&A. If it's multiple locations, Jesse, if it's multiple areas, we have a great tip here from Elena. And Elena says you can use StreamYard for a virtual concert, and that is absolutely correct. Yes, you can. You can use StreamYard for a virtual concert. And I'm using it right now. And full disclosure, I'm a partner of theirs. If you want to, an affiliate of theirs as well, if you want to get a free trial, there's a link in the description. I've been live streaming for over 5 years straight. I mean, straight. Over 1,000 broadcasts, multiple podcasts and live stream shows. And I can tell you without a shadow of doubt, this is the best software out there. It's browser-based. It's literally just sign up. You can do it immediately. You can multicast. You can bring up comments. You have overlays. You have, I can do the ticket taper down below. I can change the ticket taper. I have multiple ticket tapers. I have multiple branding elements. You can see this. So, I mean, there's so many things you can do. It just takes the tech out of live streaming and creating a live stream show, concert, event, whatever. It just makes it really, really convenient. And so that's absolutely fantastic. Yes, don't ever call me that, Flash. How dare you? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, my real name is Peter, but only my father calls me that. All my friends call me Nez. I don't care if you call me Peter. I mean, you can, but I probably won't respond. Great to see you, Flash. I hope you're doing well. I hope all the boys over at Flash in Your Pan are doing well. Have you left any questions in the form? Anybody? Do we have any other questions? There is a form in the pinned comment that I'd like you to fill out if you have any questions. And I would really, really appreciate it if you could use that form. I mean, you could also leave it in the comments down below, but I would love it if you could fill out that form because that's kind of just a way for us to organize everything. And it really makes it powerful for us. One thing I'd like to add, if I may. Yes, very good, Flash. So, Flash, you use StreamYard as well, correct? I'm assuming you do. Wait a minute. We got Jesse here. Hold on. Jesse says, we use to sing for our annual concert for education in Haiti, but because of COVID-19, we're not able to do that. They still want to support my mission using their voice. Yeah. So this is it multiple locations? If it's multiple locations, then I would suggest using a platform like this if it's a virtual concert. And you could still do that live. Jesse. It's absolutely fantastic. Lewis asks, did you finish Daryl's book? Not even close. I'm about halfway done. I've been reading it very carefully, and so I'm really excited to get into the sort of second half of the book because the first half of the book is great, but I just feel like it's more of a kind of expose or more kind of informational for people who have never been on YouTube before. Like I feel like a lot of the stuff in the beginning, the first 50 to 100 pages, the first chapters and first sections, it's great for beginners. I think it's fantastic for beginners because he really goes through the history of YouTube and he talks about all the possibilities and potentials to grow a business and monetization. I really want to get into the kind of visceral, granular details of what he focuses on because I call Daryl Eves the Yoda of YouTube. He's just phenomenal. His knowledge and everything he talks about just blows me away, especially the stuff that he shares on his channel, on his live stream, even in Clubhouse. Just phenomenal advice, and it's really important teaching because so many people are making mistakes on YouTube. And it really boils down to one thing. It boils down to who are you, who is your audience, and how do you deliver? Audience, purpose, message. Don't ever forget this, y'all. Everybody write this down. Audience is first. Purpose. What is the purpose that aligns and delivers value to that audience? What is the purpose that you can connect to the audience? Are you a financial person? Are you a tech? Is your purpose really lie in understanding technology? Is it self-help? Is it inspirational? Is it quilting? What is your purpose? Whatever that is, okay? And then message. You have to communicate a powerful, compelling message. You guys, you don't understand. This goes back 2,000 years to Aristotle. These are the same principles This is why I always say, if the truth is the truth is eternal. It's not good on Friday, bad on Tuesday. It's not like the university system where it's like, okay, I'll get this knowledge, I'll put it in my pocket, I'll use it after I graduate. It's immediate and it's eternal. The truth is eternal. The truth is not good one day and bad the other day, if it's really the truth. And so, these are the same principles I've been talking about for 20 years with my business students, in my classes, with colleagues, in my consulting business. Audience, purpose, message. It's those three things. If you can identify who is the audience and you can align that with your purpose and serve them with a compelling message, you will win on any platform. You will win online, offline. You will win in your professional life, personal life, any life. Audience, purpose, message. It applies to everything. It applies to everything. Give me a hashtag yeah if you're feeling me. Give me a hashtag yes if you're feeling me. Give me a hashtag Nez Nation if you're feeling me. Yep, exactly. Good book. Yeah, Sweeney, I think that's a great way of categorizing it. The first half is introduction and familiarizing creators with the platform. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of history, and I love how he goes into that. I just am really looking forward to the more back end data analytics. What are the tactics exactly? What are the specific things that are holding creators back? Because we always see, what was presented to me was that, my channel went from this to this after reading Daryl's book or after working with Daryl's book. The advertising and the marketing of the book was stellar. And so I can't wait to get into that stuff. I want to get into the stuff that's like, oh, okay, so here I am now. Look at where I could be if I follow this exact kind of YouTube formula. And I was really lucky enough to have Daryl on our podcast. If you haven't watched that episode, holy mackerel. And it's funny, too, because he actually said in that show that he's like, I'm covering everything in the book in this live stream. And he also said on his channel that he had a blast on our live stream podcast. A lot of you guys were there. I think Lewis was there. I know Sweeney was. I think Joe was there, too. But man, it was a phenomenal show. He's so far he's been the only guest. I usually have multiple guests. We have two segments to our live stream podcast, which is the every Sunday office hours, and then we bring on experts. Daryl Eves has been really the only guest we've had in 2021. I mean, I know it's only March, but it's kind of hard to believe that we've only had one guest. I mean, there's been so much stuff that's been happening and so many things have been going on. But the fact that he said on his own live stream that he had a blast on my show. It's the replay's there, Flash. The replay's there. You can go on my channel, youtube.com/Professor Nez. I watched it like 5 times and I took notes. Because, when you're hosting a show, there's so many moving parts. I'm trying to get to the chat. I'm trying to do the angles. I'm trying to just produce the show. It's difficult. You know that, Flash. I wasn't really able to absorb all of the knowledge that he was giving. And so I literally, my wife makes fun of me. She's like, "You're watching this again?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's like very powerful." He dropped insane knowledge. If I were you, I would go bookmark that video. It's on my playlist on my channel, Nez Nation Live, channel playlist. Maybe I can have one of the mods share the video in the chat. If you're a mod, maybe Sweeney or Lewis, if you could go find the video link and just go ahead and plug that in the chat, that would be great. I'm happy to, Jesse. Go ahead and thank you, Jesse. Yeah, go ahead and if you want to DM me or something, that's fantastic. However, this is all, you're getting everything you really need. I'm not going to really tell you anything too differently unless you want to hire me, which I'm not here to pitch or sell my consulting services, and I don't want you to spend any money if you don't have to. But if you're willing to, just let me know, and then I can really dive deeper into it. But yeah, I think you've got a lot of great information here. And so that's fantastic. Yeah, I don't. I probably should. That's interesting that you do that, Flash. Where do you find the time to do that, man? Lewis says, Nez, I did my first voiceover. I did it for a fellow content creator, dipping my toes into a new medium. Yes! I love this. I love this. And let me tell you something. I'm going to leave this comment up here. Lewis, I've told you this many, many times. I think you're an exemplary human being, single father, running your own kind of brand and platform, and you provide amazing knowledge. I've asked you for camera advice. If you look at the name of his channel, Mr. Camera Junkie, it's a perfect channel for anybody who wants to learn what is the tech involved with photography, videography, etc. Lewis, with your voice, man, I told you you're going to become a paid moderator eventually. He's the best moderator in Clubhouse history. I always invite him to my rooms when I host my rooms because I think he's fantastic. But hey, Lewis, this could be huge for you. I'm telling you right now, this could be huge for you. This could replace any other kind of income. Voiceover, if you have a voice, okay, that is appealing, powerful, deep, strong, like yours is, I'm telling you right now, there is going to be, the demand for this is only going to go higher and higher and higher. As businesses and brands, I would target businesses and brands, are understanding the power of these different platforms, the power of creating more personal content, podcast, audio podcasts, intros, outros, bumpers, voiceover, maybe even doing voiceover work for books too, for authors, speakers, consultants, self-help gurus, what have you. Making this into a business has never been more viable. I'm telling you right now, making this into a business has never been more viable. And so I'm so proud of you, dude, because you deserve it. Leonard Mukosi in the house. How are you, Leonard, on LinkedIn? Hey, Ed, you changed avatars. Where'd you go? There he is. So you got a personal YouTube channel too? Fantastic. Love it. It's really funny you say that. Hey, Viet, great to see you. It's really funny you say that. I'm actually really shocked and kind of dismayed at Clubhouse. I'll tell you why. Because they just did a major update on their app. If you haven't updated the app, do it. And they've allowed for all these things like create a club, and they've allowed for you to have links that you can share a link to your profile very easily. But here's what I don't understand. The only way to show that if you're a listener, or even if you're on stage or just down below on Clubhouse, the only way to show or interact, actually, you can't even do this as a listener. But it's just, it blows my mind. I don't know why they don't just this is what I love about Twitter Spaces. And I'm telling you right now, Flash, Twitter is a viable competitor. It's a viable competitor. If people really do the rooms right, it's a viable competitor. I mean, I see some rooms that are like, what's your favorite song? Like, who cares? Like, if I'm going to spend time with you, let's talk about something like, I'm not knocking that kind of stuff. I mean, that's fantastic. But like, who cares? Like, who cares what your favorite song is? Like, if I'm going to spend time in your space, let's talk about something. Let's connect. Let's really get into something deep. Let's get into something that can help us and contribute and participate if I'm giving you my time. Silver Fox DJ in the house. Good to see you, Silver Fox. Darlene is here. Everybody give a big shout out to Darlene, who is in the house. Great to see you. She's a fantastic member of the Nez Nation family. So I'm telling you right now, Flash, I'm a little bit dismayed. I'm a little bit dismayed at Clubhouses. I thought they would have come up with this a long time ago, because the only way to show that you appreciate the speaker or appreciate what somebody said is to tap your mic, unmute it and mute it. And it just seems ridiculous. It seems ridiculous that they haven't come up with a better way by now, and they haven't included that in the app updates. I mean, for the love of God, Clubhouse, Paul and Rohan, if you're listening to this somehow, if somebody shares this with you, you got to create some ways for the audience to interact. I mean, Twitter has done that beautifully with the emojis and etc. You got to create a way for the people to interact. And another thing I'm surprised about, Flash, and I don't know, maybe, actually, you know what? I'm going to contradict myself. I thought that they would release it to Android a lot sooner, but I think what's happening, because this is scarcity at the highest level, this is FOMO at the highest level, is Clubhouse has built its brand on exclusivity. I don't know if that's good or bad. I'm not here to judge. But they've built their brand on exclusivity. And so are they going to make it available to Android? I would love to hear if somebody knows this. I have no idea. I thought they would have by now to really grow the platform. But here's the thing, and I think that this might be their thinking as well. When they release this to Android, if and when they do, it could tear the whole app apart because then the floodgates are going to open. I'm already seeing rooms where I'm just like, what in the world is going on here? Like ridiculous rooms, like follow for follow, silent rooms, just hang out and connect with people. I don't know how you can connect with people. It just seems like a sub for sub mentality. We're seeing a lot of drama and, even like sexism and just weird stuff happen. I mean, this is what happens with human beings, right? The more is not always merrier. Less is usually more, right? So it's going to be interesting, Flash, because they've really built their brand on scarcity and exclusivity. And so I don't know when or even if they're going to include Android. And if anybody has info on this, I'd love to hear. But I don't know if that's going to even happen. I really don't. You're absolutely welcome, Lewis. Fantastic. Okay, we got a question on the forum. Yes, hit that like button. It's so good to see you, Silver Fox. How in the world are you? Look at this. You got a fan here, Flash. Somebody actually likes you, Dr. Ed Marvin. I'm just kidding. I love you. Flash, I've been seeing your amazing lives. What a crowd. Yeah, go to Flash's channel. Flash, I'm just kidding you. You know that. Go to Flash's channel. And you will see, an amazing community. He has an amazing community over at the Flash fam. And I just love it. I absolutely love, Dr. Ed Marvin is an amazing live streamer. I call him Doctor. He has no idea why I call him Doctor. And guess what, Flash? Neither do I. I have no clue. But I just like the way it sounds. And so, yeah, definitely go check out Flash Fam. He's got an amazing, amazing show. Even if you're not into prospecting, it's just an amazing community. And everybody is fantastic over there. I just love all the peeps there. If you're just joining us really quickly, you're watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach. We come here and we just talk about how to brand ourselves, how to monetize, how to storify our purpose so that it resonates with an audience. Storify. I think I just invented a word. How to create a story that people will resonate with. How to create authority that people will resonate with, that your audience will resonate with. Elena has a question. Hold on a second. Jesse says, what is the name of the alternative way to streamline the concert? I was saying StreamYard. StreamYard is the best tool I use for live streaming anything. And you can live stream multiple locations. You can bring in multiple people, what have you. There's nothing wrong with that. So there's a link in the description of this video. If you want to go in the description of this video, Jesse, you can do that, and you can get a free trial of that. Maybe especially if the concert has just started or it hasn't started yet, or it's coming up soon. Just go in the description of the video and you'll see a link there that you can do a free trial. It says the live stream software that I exclusively use. And it is the live stream software that I exclusively use. So 18 likes. I love it. Let's get that up. Let's get that to 20 before we're done here. I love it. Great to see you guys. So I hope that helps. Yes, Flash. It evolved into all things treasure hunting, no matter what your treasure is. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Okay, wait a minute. Lewis has this is why I love our mods. iPhone has only one operating system, easier to manage and develop. There's so many different brands, makes, and models of Android phones, all using different operating systems. That's why Clubhouse is iOS only. I love that. I love that. That's so good, Lewis. That's so good. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, we got to move on. Elena, are you still here? Let me know if you're still here because we have a question in the form. Please leave your questions in the pinned comment. There's a form there. It's not like a form. It's just a couple of questions. Okay, we have another question here. And this is from Elena. Elena, let me know if you're still here. Elena says, let's bring this video. Let's bring this question up on the screen. Elena says, I rarely show my face on my videos. Do you think it is possible for me to live stream without showing my face? My idea is to share my video editing process. Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. Elena, are you still here? Let me know in the chat if you're still here. Absolutely it is. You don't have to show your face. There's a lot of channels. There's a lot of channels that not only do they have an amazing brand, an amazing video content strategy, but they're making a ton of money. They're called faceless YouTube channels. A lot of animation channels, a lot of channels that create content around seasonal content, or you see these channels where they create these 8-hour, 10-hour videos or live streams of soothing music, relaxing scenery, things like that, where they never ever show their face. Okay, they never show their face. You don't have to show your face in a live stream, especially if you're doing a screen share or something more granular and detailed, like showing your video editing process. I would be interested in that. Yeah, you don't have to show your face at all. It's absolutely possible. As a matter of fact, there's plenty of examples out there of channels that are doing phenomenally well without ever showing their face. One thing that I would say, Elena, is it would probably help to try to get comfortable showing your face. I think a great training ground, I always tell a lot of my colleagues and students and clients, stories. Stories is a great way to build your camera confidence because it's just so easy. You can do vertical video. You're working on looking into the camera. You're working on your camera presence. And the cool thing is it disappears. It disappears after 24 hours. Stories is a great training ground just to kind of get comfortable on camera. There's a lot of people, including myself, who have a complex of how they look, right? Some people have faces for radio. Let's just be honest. No, I'm talking about myself. I have, especially with the quarantine, put on a few lbs, as they say, since this thing started. I'm not really confident in my looks as of late, and I'll just be honest with you. I'm just being completely honest with you. The funny thing is that nobody really ever notices stuff. Like, you may have all these mental chattering in your head about, this is wrong, my eyebrows, my nose, my lips, my whatever it is. I promise you nobody notices that. People usually just care about the content. They don't really care about how you look. I'm not saying that it doesn't hurt if you're, Instagram model, looking. It definitely doesn't hurt, but that only lasts a couple of seconds. If your content is not good, it doesn't matter how good you look. You could be Marilyn Monroe, you could be whoever, pick anybody. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If that only lasts so long. I mean, think about it. Even in personal relationships, I've been around a lot of beautiful women in my life, and I've seen a lot of beautiful women in my life. Nothing deteriorates a person's looks faster than hearing them talk and absolute garbage coming out, or just, if they don't have something deeper than just, looks. They always say looks are skin deep. If you don't have something deeper to offer, something intelligent, something powerful, something inspiring, something human to offer, your looks are only going to last a couple of seconds. It's the same thing with content creation. The substance, right? It's the substance that carries the day. And so I'm not trying to say, you show your face, but what I am trying to say is, I've known you for a while, Elena. I don't know you, obviously. I'm not going to, say that. That's not accurate. But I know that you come in earnest. I know you have a lot to offer. And I want you to look at me right now. I promise you, if you show your face and get comfortable showing your face, you don't have to, by the way. You can definitely do a faceless video channel. I think you're going to have zero to worry about. and there's nothing, absolutely nothing that's going to stop you. And I've actually seen I've seen your Instagram channel, so I know how you look, and you're phenomenal. You're beautiful. It's funny too. I'd like to add this too really quickly if I can. Quote unquote beautiful people or people who have beautiful faces or what have you, like whatever's considered traditional beauty, I tend to not be really drawn to. I'm going to say something real quick, and it may make no sense, but I'm going to say it anyway. Usually the people to me that have the most interesting, beautiful faces are the people who've really gone through some stuff, have really gone through some real life stuff, real life experiences, and maybe even some suffering too. It's usually the people who have gone through a lot in life and gone through trials and tribulations, whether small or big, that to me have the most interesting face. I don't know why, they just do. I think it adds character. There's some kind of nobility in that struggle, and they tend to have a stronger presence for me. I don't know, that's just me. Most beautiful people don't interest me, and I think a lot of people feel that way. I really do. Lewis says, I spoke to a 20-year-old on Clubhouse who has, I think, 7 faceless YouTube channels. Is that Caleb Maddox? That might be Caleb. I think I remember who you're talking about. I think that must be. Oh, Sweeney, you have an amazing face, dude. Don't ever sell yourself short. You definitely have an awesome. Here's the thing, though. Sweeney's a real human being. Like Sweeney, when he talks, this is why audio content is so big. You're not fooled by looks, right? You're not fooled by looks. It's you. I think you can tell a lot more about a person by hearing them talk, maybe seeing them talk too, because I like to use my hands a lot and I gesticulate. But you get a lot more about their vibe, their truth, their soul, from hearing them kind of, what is it you have to offer? Here's the point of the matter. You can't avoid this. Looks only last a couple of seconds, maybe a little bit longer. But if you don't have something powerful to offer, to communicate, to relate to, I'm gone. Hasta la pasta. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Super Dave, I haven't seen you in such a long time, man. How are you, sir? Please make sure you smash that smasher. Good to see you, Super Dave. How are you, man? It's awesome to see you. Jesse, what are you asking me here? Jesse, are you still here? Ask again. Viet in the house. Good to see you. Yes, Caleb. Caleb Box? Is that his name? I thought it was... Okay, maybe I got that wrong. Caleb Box. Okay, very cool. Yeah, there's another creator, I think, called Caleb Maddox. I apologize. Great to see you, Super Dave. I hope you're doing really, really well. Super Dave goes back years in the Nez Nation family. So, Elena, I hope that helps. I mean, I hope that kind of makes sense. I don't want to kind of be a dead horse here, but I would really encourage you, because I think you might be, something tells me instinctually that you might be worried about something that is completely worthless worrying about. And I'm not trying to tell you how to feel, because your feelings and how you approach it and your own intuition will guide you. But I would say try to at least experiment a little bit and give it a shot. Just give it a shot. And I say stories is a great place to practice, because all those videos disappear and they're gone. There's no record of it, right? So you can kind of practice. And here's the thing. I think that if you actually even just literally your first story was like, okay, I'm not really comfortable here. I'm kind of nervous here, but I'm just going to do this because I'm trying to get better at camera confidence. My name's Elena. Here's what I talk about. Here's my channel. If you're interested, let me know. And I'd love to hear from you too. What do you think of having a faceless channel versus a channel with faces on it? I mean, ask your audience. Your audience will dictate. Your audience is the best litmus test. Oh, okay, Jesse. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, Elena. Jesse says, how long should the concert be on StreamYard, please? It doesn't. The length has nothing to do with it. It can be as long as you want it to be. It doesn't matter, especially if you're putting it on YouTube. Actually, anywhere, I think. It doesn't matter how long it is, Jesse. There's no length requirement. You could do a 10-hour concert. You could do a 24-hour concert. It doesn't matter. Now, I do think, and I could be wrong, maybe something could correct me because I've had the full pro package because I'm a partner of theirs. I'm not sure with the free plan, how long, if there might be a time limit. Does anybody know with the free plan on StreamYard if there is a time limit that you can only go live? I don't think there is. I think it's just a reduction in features, but I don't think it's a reduction in length. Can anybody confirm that for me? I'd love to hear from somebody. Oh, okay, cool. So this is important to know. I didn't know that. Thank you, Elena. Yeah, because I didn't know that because I've had the being an affiliate and partner of theirs. I have the whole kit and caboodle, so I can go as live as long as I want. So this is very good. Thank you, Elena. 20 hours on the free plan with 6 guests, which is still a lot. Yeah, which is still a lot. Very, very powerful. I love that. So, Jesse, hopefully that answers your question. I mean, a 20-hour concert is still amazing. I don't think you're going to have a 20-hour concert. I'd be surprised if you did. But a 20-hour concert would be more than enough time, I think, right? It's not going to be a 20-hour concert. Hey, if you're just joining us, by the way, you're watching Office Hours. This is a weekly show that we do every single week where I answer your questions. There's a form in the pinned comment. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can fill out that form. And even if I end the show, which I'm probably going to do pretty soon, we've gone past the hour mark, you can always leave your questions in that form, and I will answer them first on next week's show. So you can guarantee that your question will get addressed if you fill out that form. You can also, I mean, I like to make it easy. You can also ask real quick questions if you want in the comments, but I prefer to give you some chance to have your comment, displayed and how you have your channel name, etc. Filling out the form and giving a little bit more context, so you can kind of ask your question in a fuller way rather than just in the comments. You're absolutely welcome, Jesse. Yes, Sweeney says StreamYard does restrict to 20 hours a month with free. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, you're welcome, Jesse. And Jesse, hit me up on Instagram when you do put the concert out or schedule it because I want to watch it. I definitely want to watch it. Will it be on your YouTube channel? I think I'm subscribed to your YouTube channel. If not, I will be. But I would love to check it out because I think that your mission is so powerful. I love your mission. You've got a really, really powerful mission. And so really, really proud of that. Love it. Absolutely love it. Super, super excited. I just absolutely love hanging out with you guys every single week. This thing called the internet is an amazing thing. Don't listen to all these, negative documentaries and negative ninnies who are saying that this is the end all evil personified, and they're tracking our data. And of course they're tracking your data. Like, so what? Who are you that you're so important that your data is like sacred? I mean, what data? They don't know it's not like they're spying on you. Nobody cares about you. You're not that important. I hate to break it to you. You're just not that important. I actually want them to track my data because I want to be, I want relevant things exposed to me in my news feed. I want things that it's just convenience. It's good. And I also support small businesses. And so I want small businesses to be able to target their audience. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. Like you're ruining businesses by getting worried about all this data crap. It's just not important. It's nothing. You're worried about nothing. You think you're too important and you're not that important. Neither. And I'm saying myself, I'm not even important, not even close to important. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. This is a beautiful place to build an amazing community. This is a beautiful place to actually inspire, make a difference. I mean, look at me. I'm sitting in my studio in Southern California. We got people all over the country. We got people in other parts. We had we had a couple of people from Ghana last week. We had people from South Africa, from Brazil, New Zealand, Germany. My Swedish man, if he's here, Daniel Alegi, who's in the Swedish forests. This is an amazing technology. This is an amazing thing. You can reach millions, if not thousands. You don't even need to reach millions. You can reach hundreds, even reaching hundreds. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. This is an amazing invention, right? And it's all free. Nez, why do you live stream on different platforms? Because it's free, for crying out loud. I mean, it's like Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch. If all these places, it's like if NBC, CBS, Fox, CNN, if they all gave you free airtime, are you going to say, nope, I'm only going to choose NBC? Well, sorry, I'm not like you. If somebody's going to give me free airtime, I'm going to take advantage of it. And I can tell you right now, even though the majority of my views on my live streams come from probably LinkedIn and YouTube, there have been times when, because Facebook is sort of pay to play now, there have been times when just the right viewer at the right time on Facebook has just said like, wow, Nez, I love your energy. I want to hire you. Wow, Nez, can you? I had one client. I'm just going to share this because I don't want this to be Filipino. I love this. I love this. We got a Filipino fan here. Hollywood, Florida. Yeah, by the way, let me know in the chat where you're joining me from. Where are you right now? What city, state, country? I'd love to know. Let me know in the chat down below. Where are you joining us from? Where are you right now watching this? And maybe even if you don't mind, let me know what device too. Are you on mobile? Are you on desktop? I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know in the chat right now. Leave that in the chat. I'd love to hear from you. So while I tell this story. So I had a gentleman who was like, you know what, Nez, I watch your live streams all the time. And I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, what's your name? What's your avatar? What's your handle? And I didn't recognize the handle. I go, dude, I've never seen you. Have you ever, so are you sure you're watching are you sure it's my live streams? And he said, yeah, I just don't comment. I just watch. I just kind of lurk, he said, kind of in a funny way. And I was blown away by that. I was like, wow, okay, how come you don't comment? How come? He's like, I just want to watch, I just enjoy watching. Cool. All the power to you, brother. He said he's been watching my live stream every single week. He hasn't left one comment, never engaged. And he said, I love everything about you. I love everything that you do. I love your energy and I want to hire you. And he hired me to come speak at his event. He was a corporate dude. He hired me to come speak at his event. And this is, by the way, he was watching these on Facebook. He hired me to come speak at an event. It was a 5-figure speaking contract. Yes, you can get paid 6 figures for a speech, a keynote speech. A 5-figure payday. But it was more than that. We developed a relationship. I mean, the money is fantastic. It's a fantastic money. My point is this. What are you worried about? Who cares who's watching, who's not watching? You never know who could be watching. And then you have replays. What's the big deal? Like, who cares? Go live. Go put yourself out there. Imagine if I only went live on YouTube. I would have missed out on a 5-figure contract. By the way, we've developed a long-term relationship. This was 3 years ago. We developed a long-term relationship. He's referred me to other customers, referred me to other businesses. I mean, the power of this stuff.
It's the devil. The internet and social media ruins our lives. They're tracking our data.
Don't listen to these people. These are losers. These are losers. Anybody who comes up with excuses and always negative ninnies everything, those are losers. If I'm getting advice from somebody, they better be successful. If I'm getting really powerful wisdom and help from somebody, they need to have a proven track record. They need to be winners. Don't get advice from losers. Those are losers, negative ninnies. And you probably have a couple of them in your life right now. Okay, we got Hollywood here. We got Flash is misplaced West Coaster in West Central Ohio. Great. Android running to pool store. I love that, Silver Fox. And Silver Fox, desktop PC, very cool. Philippines, already 1:44 a.m. Thank you for being here, Elena. Tennessee in the house. Beautiful. Where in Tennessee, Sweeney? Arkansas on a PC. Very cool. I love it. Professor Nez, you should do some content for children. Is my content not good enough for children? Oh, thank you so much, Jesse. Viet's in sunny San Diego. Hey, Viet, we got to grab coffee one of these days. I'm not that far from you. I'm in the OC. I'm in Orange County here, about an hour north of you. Very, very cool. I love that. Very powerful. Oh, Bush 1900. This is a perfect example. Good to see you, Bush 1900. Bush 1900 is a member of the Nez Nation family. He is an awesome, awesome dude. And I have seen him on the live stream plenty of times. But what I love about you, Bush 1900, is you're a perfect example of what I'm talking about. You don't always comment. You don't always leave, a chat, something in the chat. But I know you're here. I know you've been here often. So if I didn't go live on Twitch, I never would have met Bush 1900. And Bush 1900 loves Nez Nation. And I know you do, Bush 1900. It's good to see you. By the way, Bush 1900, give me your name so I don't have to keep calling you that. Oh, thank you so much, Silver Fox. You are the best, Silver Fox. That's why you're one of my mods. Love it. Yeah, Flash says something really powerful here. The worst are the friends that are naysayers. I did a short about this on my shorts channel. And I started with this. You want to talk about a hook? I looked right into the camera and I said, your friends are the ultimate murderers of your dreams. Yeah, your friends. You got to be careful with people like that. These so-called friends of yours, do they really want to see you succeed? Are they happy with your success? Are they supporting you? Are they encouraging you? Or are they always doing one of these? Even something like a little eye roll, is murdering your dreams. When was the last time? I would love some examples here. How many times has this happened to you? This happened to me before. You know what, guys? I got a really good idea. I want to get your thoughts on this. I was thinking about starting XYZ. I was thinking it'd be cool to put on a show or put on a or XYZ, whatever it is, and you get one of these. Just a simple eye roll. Just a simple eye roll. That right there. They don't even have to say a word. That right there. Be careful who you choose as friends. Your friends are the ultimate murderers of your dreams. You got to be very careful who you surround yourself with. I actually had a best friend for over 10 years. 1992 to like 2002, where I finally had to say, you know what, bro? I love you to death, but I got to let you go. It was like a Seinfeld episode. I had to break up with a friend. But everything that I did, I tried to do music. I was in a music group for a while. I really love guitar and bass and drums. I tried to create everything that I tried to create. It doesn't matter. And this dude would just naysay it, like what Flash just said. He would just say, like, why are you doing that? That's not what you're supposed to do. How's that going to work? It was always negative. This was supposed to be my best friend. I mean, for 10 years, this was supposed to be my best friend. And he wouldn't do it like that directly. He wouldn't be like, oh, why are you doing that? It was just little things like, oh, yeah, that'll work. Or like, just a simple one of these. Just that right there can murder your dreams. And I finally said, you know what, bro? I love you to death. I wish you nothing but success, but you don't inspire me anymore. It killed him, by the way. He was really heartbroken by that. Because this is like my best friend from high school, college, onward. And I just said, you just don't inspire me, man. And I love you to death. I had to strip him, man. I had to cut that cord because he was killing me. He was killing all my dreams. What kind of a friend is that discourages you? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being real and being honest, but you don't have to you know what I'm talking about. There's a difference between being real and honest and being supportive. And so, yeah, absolutely. Make some video with children content. Interesting. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to definitely think about that. Carlsbad, William Prescott in the house. Good to see you, William. How are you, sir? Great to see you. Saying hi on Twitch now. I love it. Ron. Okay, I'm Ron, usually just soaking in all the good advice and vibes. I love that, man. That is heaven to me. That's all I hope for on these live streams. I love that. Just soaking in, checking out the good vibes. That means the world to me. Thank you, Ron, for sharing that. Bush 1900. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, you're keeping your friends close, but they're keeping their enemy closer. Read it again. Yes, exactly. Godfather. Love it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Steve in the house. Good to see you, Steve. Yeah, I love the way you said that, Lewis. Your friend was expressing his own insecurities, projecting. Yeah, Like, I mean, I obviously don't want to surround myself with yes people. I don't want to surround myself with people, and you shouldn't either, with people who just kowtow to you and just suck up to you. But, there's a way to do it. It's delivery. Delivery is so important. There's a way to do it, like these people who are like, yeah, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. And they give you this crappy advice. That's a bunch of BS. That's their own deal. You can feel it. Like my favorite poet once said, Dr. Maya Angelou, people will hardly ever remember what you say, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. It's not just the content of what you say, it's how you deliver it. How you deliver it is the differentiation. This is why when people tell me it's too saturated, it's too crowded, it's too packed on YouTube, I can't start a channel, I say you're totally incorrect, capital W, wrong. Because nobody's going to deliver it the way you do. Even if they try to deliver it the way that you do, nobody's going to deliver it the way you do. This is the beautiful thing about being a human being. There's only one of you that's exactly like you in the entire universe, in the entire history of mankind. There will never be another Professor Nez. Thank God. There will never be another Flash in your pan. Thank God. No, I'm kidding. Flash. There's going to be people similar to you. There may be people like you, maybe even a lot of people like you, but nobody, chromosome for chromosome, molecule for molecule, will be exactly like you in the history of mankind. You made it! You're a human being, for crying out loud. You made it. It's the ultimate jackpot. It's the ultimate jackpot. Nobody's going to deliver the way you do. They may give the same advice. They may give similar advice, maybe the same exact advice. Delivery. That's something we don't talk enough about in communication. Delivery. Yes, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Silver Fox. Yeah, I love that. I love that, Lewis. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Elena, I really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for staying up. Get some sleep. Get some sleep. Thank you so much. It's really great to see you. Thank you for making the time. Really, really mean that. Flash, thank God there's only one of you. Oh, Flash, I thank God there's only one of you too, man. I just think you're phenomenal, brother. Yes, it is, Steve. Very well said. I love the way you said that. By the way, if you're just joining us, in case you didn't know, you are watching Office Hours with yours truly. I am your personal branding coach. I love more than anything inspiring you to grow your impact and income online. And that takes a myriad of different directions. Sometimes I talk a lot about, hey, this is what you should do on LinkedIn. This is what you should do on YouTube. Other times I talk about, hey, you need to have perspective. You need to have patience. You need to have mindset. You need to have the right strategy. Other times we talk about very, very human things like vulnerability, anxiety, mental health, because this is something that we all face. This is something that I've faced very deeply. And so it takes a myriad of different shapes and forms, but it's all relevant. You can't build impact. You can't build income. You can't build relationships if this thing ain't right and this thing inside your chest ain't right. Never mind all the strategies and best practices, etc. The foundation needs to be on fire. If you don't have the fundamentals and the foundation, none of it's going to help. I don't care. You can get the best book. You can read the YouTube formula every single day. It's not going to make an ounce of a difference if you don't have the foundation. And so I hope that makes sense. Holy macadamia nut. We went over time today. Holy macadamia nut. I hope you guys got a ton of value from this stream. It would mean the world to me if you can hit that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, because we go live every single Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure that you connect with us. Make sure that you subscribe to my Shorts channel, Professor Nez Shorts. I think the link is in the description, but if not, you can just find it by just searching Professor Nez Shorts. And I just love hanging out with you guys. I love hanging out with you guys and trying to offer as much value as I can. And so it's really, really important to me. Thank you guys, Flash, Silver Fox. Hey, what's up, T2? How you doing, T2? Good to see you. I hope I'm saying that right. Give me your name again, T2. I appreciate you being here. It's always great to see you too, Sweeney. Always. Yeah, thank you, Steve. Yeah, and also, I'd love to hear what type of, now that I got you guys here, and you guys are just like the best people on earth, you're the best community online, because Nez Nation has a mission statement. We're all about bringing humanness to this digitalness, because there's a lot of inhumanism happening on this digitalness. And the more we bring that human side, vulnerability, realism, talking about real things, it just feels damn good. And we help and we learn and we inspire one another. Todd, yes, Todd in the house. Good to see you, Todd. Fantastic, man. It's so great to see you. Todd is a client of mine. Fantastic to see you, Todd. Yeah, smash that smash button. I'd really, really appreciate it if you haven't, aka the like button. But yeah, and also I would really ask you for a favor. If you could go write a 5-star review for us, it better be 5 stars on Apple for our podcast. That would absolutely be the greatest gift. If you got value from this show, you don't even have to hit the like button if you don't want to. I would love it if you could go write us a 5-star review on our podcast. That's the logo right there. It's the Personal Branding 101 podcast on Apple. It really means a lot to us on Apple. And so I would really, really appreciate it. As a matter of fact, I will actually go ahead and I will leave the link, if you don't mind, especially if you're on mobile. For the love of God, it would absolutely mean the world to me if you could do that. And you don't have to do this right away, but it would be such a pleasure. And I just left it in the chat. If you could do that, because it would really help us out. And we have, I don't know if you know this or not. I'm gonna screen share real fast before we get out of here. I don't know if you know this or not, guys, but guess what? We have the #1 personal branding podcast on Apple. We have the #1 podcast on Apple. Look at that, over 108 5-star reviews. I mean, this show will end up on the podcast. If you're listening, podcast listeners, love you to death. Make sure you write us a 5-star review. But as far as this category goes, personal branding, we are the top personal branding. Let me be very specific. We're not even close to the top podcast. But I really, really love talking with you guys, hanging out with you guys. And you can see some of these topics here. A lot of these are coming from the live stream show. And so let's say you missed the beginning of the show, or maybe there's something you want to listen to or re-listen to. Go to our podcast, because all of this is there. You can listen to us while you lay down, while you're doing work, doing your grocery shopping, in the car, commuting. You can listen to us when you take your dog for a walk, in your workout schedule, what have you. I think it's just fantastic. And to me, I call it the greatest university in your eardrums. It really is. And so I would love it if you could go. I would love it if you could go check that out. Yeah, StreamYard. By the way, the channel is nearing 10,000 subscribers. I'm going to do a huge 10,000 subscriber celebration. We're almost at 9,000 subscribers on this channel. What a feat. They say the hardest subscriber count to get on YouTube is 10,000. The first 10,000 are the hardest. After that, I'm not saying it gets easier, but YouTube starts giving you clout. It's like, wow, that's a huge milestone. If you reach 10,000 subscribers, that's a huge milestone, because that tells YouTube you're serious. You're in this for the long haul. You're pumping out content. You're doing a great job with your community. You're going to start getting a lot more clout and a lot more help from YouTube. And so I'm not saying it's easier after 10,000, but you just mentioned merch. Hey, great to see you, Vector in the house. You just mentioned merch, Silver Fox. I'm going to be putting out Nez Nation merch, once I get that 10,000 subscriber mark. I'm also going to get YouTube stories too. So you're going to see a lot more stories from me on YouTube. And by the way, let me know how you feel about, what are some topics and and actually I would love it if you could leave it in the questionnaire form. I might do a video on it, or I might answer it live next week. We're gonna end the broadcast very soon, in the next couple minutes here. But I would love it if you could leave your questions in the pinned comment. Okay, good to see you, Vector. Yeah, I love this. StreamYard sent me all this stuff. Being an affiliate and partner of theirs, StreamYard sent me all of this stuff, so I'm super, super excited. And I'm very, very pumped to get this thing cooking. And so when we get to 10,000 subscribers, we're going to have a huge live stream celebration. I'm going to hang out with y'all. I'm going to do giveaways. It's going to be phenomenal. So I'm thinking probably by the end of April, I should get the 10,000 subscribers, if not early May. And so keep your eye out for that. Make sure you hit subscribe and hit that bell notification so when we do go live, you get a notification. James Jones in the house. Good to see you, James. Thank you so much. I have a show that I'm starting on FB. Let's talk with Double J, and you have been so... Oh, very cool. Let's talk with Double J. I love that. That's a great name for a show, brother. And you've been so helpful. Thank you so much, Double J. I like that, Double J. In the house. Good to see you, brother. Here's the thing, Double J. Let me tell you something, man. Here's the thing, dude. It's not complicated. It's really not complicated. If you want to succeed on this thing called the internet, on this thing called online, make it all about them. It's got nothing to do with you. People, I actually posted this on Twitter not that long ago. I know Lewis knows this and others. When I say serve your audience, people get that twisted, right? They think of some kind of servitude or some kind of, am I lowering my dignity by serving? What do you mean serving? I mean, they get kind of, for some reason, it rubs them the wrong way when I say serving. But what you don't understand is that that's where the power is. When you serve your audience, you're actually the powerful one. You're being the inspirer. You're being the arbiter of success. Whether that's, even if it's just entertainment, if it's not a how-to channel like me, even if it's just entertainment, and actually you have to do a how-to channel entertaining, because if you don't keep them engaged, right, AVD, retention, you got to have retention on your stuff, they're gone and your audience leaves. When I say serving your audience, that's a powerful statement. It makes you the powerful one. You are not a server. It's not like this indentured servitude. That's how you succeed. And so when you serve your audience and you give them what they need and don't try to dictate what you think they need, holy macadamia nut, everything changes. It's not complicated, y'all. This is the same thing with business. You don't have a business if you don't have customers and clients. You don't have a YouTube channel. You don't have a brand without an audience. It's as simple as that. Customers aren't there to hang out with you and know everything about you. Customers are there for their own needs. Do you have a product or service that they need that helps them solve their problem? Do you have content that helps them solve their problem? Entertainment solves a problem. It doesn't have to be a how-to. It doesn't have to be a specific, craft or trade. Do you have, something that offers them relief, convenience, stress-free, problem solving, etc.? I mean, when I come home, or when people come home from a long day's hard work, I say come home because everything I do is remote now. They just want to relax. They just want to hang out. They want to grab a beer. They want to have their dinner, and they want to be entertained. That's solving a problem. They've had a long day. Most people hate their job. Most people hate the 9-to-5 grind. Most people hate the weekly grind. And that saddens me. I hope that changes. I think it's changing because of this thing called the internet. Entertainment solves a major problem, making somebody laugh, making somebody feel good, making somebody smile. It's a huge, huge benefit. So there's nothing complicated about this stuff. Yeah, thank you so much, Double J. I really, really appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much, Jesse. It's great to see you here. It means the world to me to see you here. Met you on Clubhouse. Yeah, that's it. You just said it. You just said it, Double J. And so I'm going to check out your channel. And is your show live already, Double J? I'm going to subscribe to your channel. Steve says, you're giving out great information, dude. Thank you, Steve. That means a lot to me. And Steve, correct me if I'm wrong. You're in Ireland. Is that right? What time is it over there? Across the Atlantic. It's great to see you, Steve. Yeah, I mean, if you get something out of this show, I would highly recommend that you subscribe, because we go live. This is our weekly live stream show. We do bring on guests too, but this is our weekly live stream show. We go live every single Sunday, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. And by the way, we've got a questionnaire form in the pinned comment. I'm not going to answer any more questions today, but if you want to leave a question in there, I will answer it next week. First come, first serve. I'll answer it first. And so make sure you hit subscribe, because I'm here every single week, hopefully providing value, hopefully bringing you the best that information you can get to hopefully inspire you to increase your impact and income on this thing called online. England. Okay, England. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Okay, Double J says, no, sir, not live yet, but just soon. Okay, I will definitely check it out. Yes, Weekly Nez Nation fam. Thank you, Silver Fox. I want to say thank you. Having said that, and on that note, I want to say thank you, Nez Nation. You are my everything. Did I really just say that? I did, but I meant it. You really are. I can't tell you how excited. You guys electrify me every single week. And being here, being a part of this community, and hopefully providing value, it's the apex of what I believe in. It's the apex of, it just gets me so pumped up. So as much as I hope I'm inspiring you, I just want you guys to know, Nez Nation, bringing more humanness to this digitalness. You inspire me. And so with that, don't ever forget this final thought. I'm going to do a Jerry Springer final thought. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Your friends, your so-called friends, can be the ultimate murderers of your dreams. This is your life. And if COVID has taught us anything, it's a short life and it's a fast life. It's already 2021. It's going to be 2022. It's going to be 2029 in a blink of an eye. Now is the time to get started. Now is the time to create your impact. Don't overthink it. Just do it. Execute. Hard work. Hard work is really, really important. I don't believe in the hustle mentality, working 55 hours a day, even though I work 16 to 18 hours a day. That's not healthy. You work at your own pace, but don't make excuses, and don't let this dude inside your head win. And come here every single Sunday, and I'll try to help as much as I can. Subscribe to the channel. I've got tons of playlists, branding, mindset, how to earn passive income, side hustles, how to build and grow your brand. Tons of videos on this channel, all free. All free. Subscribing is free. There's no cost, all free. I give it all away for free because I love to do it. It brings me great joy, and it gives me great joy to see you. And I hope to see you next week. Have a wonderful week. Don't forget these words, and I'll see you next time.